Huawei is building its ecosystem of products and services, and recently they released their first ever premium wireless headphones. These are supposed to battle it out with the likes of the Sony M4s, the Bose NC700s, and Apple's Airpods Max. So are these $268 headphones worth it? They come in a massive box which has some massive weight to it as well, and inside is a pretty neat package consisting of the hard shell case with a Huawei logo in the middle, and below it a package full of paperwork. In the case are the headphones themselves, which come in two colors, the black I have here and also gold, which looks a bit like this. The cushions on the band and cups is nice and soft and wrapped in some protein leather. The cushions on the cups are a bit shallow though, so comfort-wise they are not the same sort of pillows I got from the Sony MDRXB950B ones, which I shall use a lot as a reference point with these headphones. The cups swivel about 120 degrees, so 90 degrees in one direction for packing them into the case, and 30 degrees in another direction for a more comfortable fit. The stems holding the cups are made of metal and they slide smoothly in and out. It's much nicer than the ratcheting system that the Sony headphones used. It feels super premium. And again, there is a bit of tilt that the stems allow so that you get perfect fit on two axes. There are also a total of 3 buttons on the headphones. The left cup has the ANC button, which cycles between 3 modes: noise cancelling on, transparency mode, and off, where both noise cancelling and transparency mode are switched off. I'll explain those features later on in the video. The right cup has a lot more stuff. There is the Bluetooth pairing button and the power button completing the trio of buttons. But this cup also has the USB-C port for charging the headphones, as well as a touch-sensitive space for the rest of the controls like volume, track skipping, playing and pausing, and answering or rejecting calls, as well as summoning your voice assistant. The Huawei branding is also on both sides of the cups, and I am curious how durable the branding on the right cup will be with a finger constantly rubbing on it when performing the many frequent gestures. But overall, build quality and materials look and feel top-notch. It's pretty simple to pair them. All you need to do is turn on the headphones and press the Bluetooth button for 2 seconds to get it into pairing mode. Then scan for Bluetooth devices on your phone or tablet. You'll see it pop up and you just click the pair button. For you to be able to tweak the settings on the Freebuds, you will need the Huawei AI Life app if you do not have a Huawei smartphone. In the app, you can run software updates for the headphones, you can cycle between the different ANC modes, and you can customize or disable gestures. You can also choose an EQ preset. You can turn smartware detection on or off, which just pauses whatever you're playing when you take off the headphones, and also how long the headphones will stay on after you have removed them. I set mine to an hour. Enough with the pleasantries. How do these headphones sound? One important point I need to say is that when buying headphones, make sure that you give them some time to break in. When I used the headphones out of the box, they didn't sound good at all. In fact, the first week I used them, they couldn't even compare to my Freebuds 3, which made me worry. 2 weeks later, I can tell you I am happy I was patient. The Freebuds Studio sound the way I expected them to. The soundstage is balanced with warm and creamy bass and crunchy crisp highs. They are very versatile, being able to perform in spectacular fashion in both orchestral tracks where good resolution is needed for the cymbals and snares and other instruments in the background, but also in my South African house music where the bass line can overwhelm the mids and highs. It was just perfect. The Freebuds were flawless in either scenario and everything in between. They might not be able to go as low and as hard on the bass as Sony headphones, but believe me when I say they are close enough, which is a fantastic comment considering just how amazing Sony is at making audio products. The audio integrity stays true throughout the whole volume range. No distortion when the bass drops or when the orchestra gets to that crescendo. Like honestly, these headphones worried me at first on day one to the point where I thought reviewers had been paid to say nice things about them. They genuinely sound a lot better 2 weeks later. I set the Freebuds 3 as my benchmark, and the Freebuds Studio have done me proud. If you're going to buy these headphones, please give them a 2-week grace period for the drivers to loosen up, and you will absolutely enjoy them. In terms of comfort, the cushions are soft, and so is the protein leather. It's currently winter in Zimbabwe as I'm making this video, and not much sweating is going on, so I did not have any issues with my ears overheating or sweating. However, the cushions are not as deep as I would like, so the most protruding areas of my ears would slightly press against the fabric covering the drivers, which reduced the time that I could keep them on comfortably. It wasn't too bad though, but after 4 hours or so of wearing them, I started feeling that slight discomfort. The clamping force for me was perfect. It was not too loose to a point where the headphones move around when I tilt my head, but also not too tight to the point where I feel discomfort in my temples. They nailed the clamping force for my head. My head. If I was to compare comfort, I would say it's very close, but Sony's win because the cushions are deeper and more plush. Bluetooth range is super impressive. I had absolutely no drops in signal anywhere in my yard. I would forget my phone in my room and go do stuff outside, and everything stayed stable even with up to 4 walls between the headphones and my phone. It definitely takes the crown for me so far. I have never had any Bluetooth accessory with such range and stability. In free space, I got up to 40 meters away from my phone and the connection remained rock solid. What showed me how good the range was on the Freebuds Studio was with my watch, which was disconnected from the same phone because it had exceeded its Bluetooth range. So in free space, the Freebuds Studio have a range of at least 40 meters, tested by yours truly. Battery life is rated at 24 hours with active noise cancelling off, and a 10-minute charge can get you up to 8 hours of audio playback with active noise cancelling off. Charging is done via USB-C port, and it takes about an hour for the headphones to charge from dead to 100%. My Sony's, the MDR XB950B1s, took a pedestrian 4 hours and only lasted 18 hours, so this is pretty refreshing. Let's talk about features. Starting off with ANC, which stands for Active Noise Cancellation. It uses built-in microphones to listen to outside noises and use those noises to produce an opposing sound that it mixes with whatever it is you are listening to, and this eliminates the noise. The Freebuds have 4 types of noise cancelling. Dynamic listens to what's going on in your surroundings and adapts to the situation. Cozy mode is some light noise cancellation for use in quiet environments for removing the noise of, let's say, air cons and computer fans. General mode is a bit stronger for more noisier places like restaurants and cafes, and ultra mode is for even louder environments like workshop, planes or buses. It's pretty good, a lot better than the noise cancelling on the Freebuds 3, and you can watch a review of those on the top right hand corner of the screen. It's what I would say cleaner noise cancelling. The white noise the headphones were pumping in to reduce the sound in my surroundings was a lot less apparent than on the Freebuds 3. There is also transparency mode, which also uses the microphones to pick up external sounds and pump them into the headphones so you can clearly hear what is going on in your surroundings whilst you listen to whatever you'll be listening to. Initially for me it felt very weird the first 5 minutes I had it on. It felt unnatural for me to be able to hear so much and so clearly with some cans covering my ears, but after that it felt alright. And it worked a treat so long the volume was 50% or less. Above 50% the audio I was playing had a lot more volume than my surroundings, and so unless what was going on around me was pretty loud as well, I was not able to pick it up even with transparency mode on. There is also a voice enhancement mode in transparency mode which did a pretty good job boosting human voices. I have no reference point when it comes to transparency mode, but I could tell the difference when the option was on versus when it was off. It's got Bluetooth 5.2 which offers some good low latency performance, and I could tell when I was watching videos that the delay was a lot less than on my Sony MDR 950B1s, which had Bluetooth 4.2. It's not as good as using a wire though, but you'll only notice that if you absolutely look for it. Otherwise, general users won't even notice the difference. And finally, these headphones support dual pairing, so they can be connected to two devices at the same time and operate seamlessly. So if I am using them to edit my videos on my laptop and then I receive a call, they will automatically switch the audio source from the laptop to the phone without me clicking any buttons. Nothing is perfect in this world, and there are a couple of issues I had with the Freebuds Studio. The touch controls had a tendency of occasionally not responding, and I had to restart the headphones to get them to work. When the touch controls failed, the headphone removal detection also didn't work, and again it needed a restart to get it working. So in the end, I ended up switching off headphone removal detection. I also had glitches when I cycled between the different ANC modes. The headphones would disconnect from the phone. It only happened once, so maybe it was an isolated event, but I have only used them for about 2 weeks. Also, these seem to be software related issues that can be sorted out via updates. But some compromises, unfortunately, cannot be sorted out by updates, like the lack of a headphone jack. I know a lot of phones don't come with one anymore, but I do prefer having that option when using them, let's say to edit my videos. It makes syncing effects and audios to the video much easier. The other is there is no NFC one-touch pairing. I loved it with my Sonys because I could just tap my phone on the right cup and the headphones would automatically turn on and pair with the phone. I'm not sure why they did not include this one since they were already halfway there. And a bit of a nitpick. With the Sony headphones, you could press the power button to check the battery level of the headphones. The lovely voice would just speak to you. With the Freebuds Studio, you can only check the battery level through the AI Life app, which requires you to pull out your smartphone, and if the headphones are connected to a laptop, it means a trip to the Bluetooth settings. The Huawei Freebuds Studio have a lot going for them. They are packed with features. They have a very lovely design. They're comfortable enough and they are competitively priced. I mean, yes, when I got mine, they cost me $268 because they had a 10% discount, but even with the discount of $26.80, they are still cheaper than the $500 AirPod Max from Apple, the $400 M4s from Sony, and the $380 NC700s from Bose. Overall, they are very good value for money headphones for someone looking for casual audio experience or for the noise cancelling chops that it does a very good job with. For the enthusiast in me, however, I buy my audio accessories for a particular sound signature, and it pains me to say that the Huawei Freebuds Studio does not have that particular sound signature. It looks like my quest for the Sony WH-1000X M4s continues. In actual fact, I have just purchased those and I will do a detailed comparison just to see which ones perform better. I am going to assume that the Sonys do, but by how much? Thank you for watching. See you again next time.